Hey, what is up, guys? Tyson Dela Cruz here. Thank you so much for joining me. In this video, I'm going to talk about some news that recently came out from the CFO of Zillow, talking about home prices and homes being tough to purchase. We're going to watch this together. I'll get direct feedback from you guys. I'd love to see what your guys' thoughts on this as well. Let's go ahead and jump right in.
Just ask Zillow, the real estate company, issuing a cautious outlook for the current quarter, citing headwinds from elevated mortgage rates and weak demand from first-time home buyers. Still, the company posting a solid first quarter, beating estimates across the top and bottom line. With me now, Zillow's CFO, Jeremy Hoffman. Hi, Jeremy.
I do think, just because interest rates did hike up the way that they did so fast, it definitely pushed some buyers out of the market that weren't necessarily financially prepared for, whether that's the down payment or the monthly cost of actually the affordability of the home. I know in areas like Las Vegas or heavy areas that are metropolitan based areas, um, the cost of homes just rose so quickly that it pushed some folks out of the market.
Thanks for being here.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
So what can you tell me and what color can you give on what you are seeing from those first-time home buyers and where you are maybe seeing strength and weakness during the quarter, not just last quarter, but in the current quarter as well?
Yeah, absolutely. I think it's no surprise that when interest rates spiked the way that they did in the back half of the quarter in March and into April, we started to feel some impact in the housing market, and that was reflected in our guidance. I think at the same time, we look at what we did in Q1, and we outperformed the real estate market by 900 basis points. And that was on the back of strength from all parts of our business. So our residential business grew by 9%, excuse me. Our mortgage business, which is where we provide mortgages to Zillow Home Loan through.
That's another cool thing that Zillow added to their arsenal, which is Zillow Mortgage Home Loans, because they are a heavily backed company where they have a lot of finances. They can, have these ancillary products such as Zillow Home Loans, along with the platform Zillow itself. Really cool concepts.
Zillow Home Loans that grew 130%. And then our rentals business, which we shined a light on yesterday, grew 31% overall as well. And that was the seventh consecutive time in which we've outperformed the residential real estate market. So we feel really good about what we're in control of, despite the fact that home buying right now is tough.
I want to ask you more about that rental business in a second, but first I do want to ask you about mortgage rates and when you expect some relief on that front and how that's going to flow through to your business.
That's a definite interesting question because the Fed had mentioned that they wanted to lower interest rates 6 times this coming year, which, it's like, okay, I get that. And I think they did that as a ploy to get more people to acquire assets in the marketplace. But comes to find out, as this is being recorded, this is May, that possibly they're only going to reduce interest rates maybe 2 times.
Yeah, I mean, I heard it from the guests just before, how challenging it is out there to try to expect what the Fed's going to do. Our view is that housing is going to be roughly flat this year, and we don't necessarily take an in-house view on mortgage rates specifically, but we think the housing market is going to be flat as affordability continues to be a challenge. At the same time, we do know that it's a growth industry over time, and we feel like we're well positioned to take advantage of that, when the time comes.
So given all of that, it is interesting that you are making that increasing bet on rentals, right? That there is that rental portal on your site alongside the ability to look at homes for purchase. Is this a bet that this will be a prolonged cycle, that more people are not going to be purchasing homes, but rather are going to be looking to rent?
Yeah, I think it's more, what we're trying to do at Zillow is be a housing super app. So that means that we're providing services to anyone that's trying to move in any capacity.
Before we listen to this gentleman's insight of this, I do think with the massive property acquisitions from iBuyers, it has definitely pushed a lot of individuals out of the market, and individuals that were looking to purchase homes generally can't afford them. So it is, like I said earlier, in these metropolitan areas, it's going to be tough for individuals to acquire assets.
Whether that's being buying, selling, or renting. And rentals has been a bet of ours for a long period of time. We've invested against it as a result of that. And of course, having all the inventory on the home side and as much inventory as possible on the rental side is a benefit to our consumers because they know what's out there for them, whether it's the right choices to buy or to rent. And obviously, in a moment like this, renting does make a lot of sense. And we like the consumer experience we're building, plus the business opportunity we see over time.
Jeremy, let's talk about the NAR settlement as well. National Association of Realtors, of course, the settlement that could affect how commissions are paid. I think everybody's still trying to get their arms around it. Talk to me about how it could affect your business. Could you see, for example, a drop in your income from the sort of premium listings, if you will?
You know, when it comes to the NRA settlement, as long as individuals, you know, it's going to come to a point where the buyer's agent is going to write commissions into the agreement. That's just the way that it's going to be. And honestly, guys, like that's the way that it's always been. Commissions are not set in stone. It is a suggestion. The NRA just that settlement just kind of solidified a lot of that. The rest of this video is speaking about the NRA settlement, but I want to know your guys's thoughts about the existing market and you know, if you're interested buying a home, can you afford a home? Are you currently renting? I'd love to hear from it. Hope you guys have a beautiful day. Chat soon.